This is section 3.2, question number 4, and I really suggest that you use the Linear Programming Organization form. You can find it under handouts. It comes out blank, but with it broken into the 4 parts. And I just kind of wanted to go over how I did this. So the very first thing I did was come here and down here where you put the objective function. So I wrote the z equals 21x plus 11y. In this box, then I went up here and put the constraints. And I put in the x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0. I reformatted these so that they're in y equals or y less than or equal to form. So what I know because of these two is that I'm not anywhere below here and I'm not anywhere over here. So I don't have to do the line all the way through. It's all going to be in the first quadrant. That's one thing. I did use my calculator to kind of get a sense of this. And so when you do that, let me bring the calculator over here. Put those in as equals and make sure you have the negatives out here. And I did a zoom 6, and that gives me a really nice picture, and I know which one is which. So when I start to graph them by hand, I kind of have an idea what it's going to look like. So over here, I know this one has a y-intercept of 15. So I went up to like 15, and then you would go down 7 over 1, and you would draw the line. And we know that that one comes in right about a little past 2. So that's what I made sure that it did. In this one, your y-intercept is 5, and you're going to go down 5 and over 3. So you're hitting right at 3 on the x-axis. And that makes sense because that's what that one's doing. So now I have this same picture, and my region is inside between these two lines. So that is the graph, and I used the calculator to help me, but I also just used these two lines using y-intercepts and slope-intercept form. Then, trying to find the points, I know that 1, 2, 3, these 3 points are what bound this region. And the ones where the red line's going to intersect the blue line is negative 5/3 x plus 5 has to equal the other one. So you're taking these two right-handed sides and saying they have to be equal. And I would do those by hand, but because they have the fractions and all of that, you can do it pretty easy on the calculator. So let me show you that on the calculator. You have those in, and we're going to try to find this intersection point. Second, calc, intersect, and we hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It pops to this point, and it says 1.875 and 1.875. I need it to be in fraction form for MATLAB, so if I hit math and hit enter on fraction and enter, oops, I guess I wasn't on the right place. Okay, let's just quit out of that, and we'll do it this way. If I put 1.875 and math, fraction, and I get 15 over 8. So I know that these two intersect at this point, 15 over 8, comma 15 over 8. It's the y and the x. For this point, the line that is this one, the blue one, where it hits here is our line hits y equals 0. So negative 7x plus 15 equals 0. Solve that for x, so you get 15 over 7. So here's my second point, 15 over 7, y is 0. For this point, we know that x is 0. So if I write out that equation and I plug in x is 0, that means that all goes away, and my y is 5. We also know that's the y-intercept, and that's 0, 5. So I have my 3 points. I go back to this box, and I write those 3 points, and I plug them into my z function. and I got 60 here, I got 45 here, I got 55 here. The largest is 60, so it is a max at this point, and this is the max value. Now, this part you can totally do on your calculator. See if I can get in here. You're going to see the screen. So if I do 21 parentheses 15 divided by 8, close, plus 11 parentheses 15 divided by 8, close, enter, and you get 60. So you don't have to do the calculation by yourself. You can get your calculator, do it the same here. This, you know, goes to 0, this goes to 0. So you're just doing one piece here, one piece here. But what we found was our answer, and I think in the question it asks first, what's the max value? So that's 60. Where does it occur? Here's the ordered pair. So I really urge you to use this form and do it systematically like I did, and use your calculator to help, but also do it by hand. So hopefully that will help.